Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about my weight loss, what I eat in a day, answering some of your questions, and I hope I get everything. But yeah, I'm also going to be leaving the comment section open for any further questions, and then hopefully doing a follow-up video to that. So if you're interested to hear about a little bit more about my weight loss journey, then just continue to watch. Guys, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Juliette. I do lots of videos on this channel, lots of fashion, beauty, lifestyle, hauls, you name it, I do it. So if that's the kind of thing you're interested in, there is a little subscribe button down there in red somewhere. I would love for you to click that and stick around. Completely free and entirely up to you. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay, so throughout this video I'm going to be answering some of your questions. I'm going to be basically doing a little bit of a rundown on how I've lost the weight and stuff, but I have already done a video which is really more in depth, which I did about 6 months ago, which I will leave linked in this video. So if you want to go back and watch that, if you haven't watched that, that might ask I've got a hair in my eye. That might answer a lot of questions about how I started, what I've been doing, a little bit more about like the mental side of things, because I feel like my weight loss journey has been very mental as much as physical as well. So yeah, there is a lot more in depth about that in that video if you wanted to go and watch that. But this video is mainly going to be getting down to the nitty-gritty about more like what I eat and my exercise regime, because that's what a lot of people have asked for. Now a lot of people have asked for like a what I eat in a day, so instead I'm just going to talk through, like, I have filmed little bits about like what I eat to give you some ideas, but I just thought it would be a better way of doing it like this than doing it vlog style, because I don't feel like that's very informative. And if you are somebody who's looking for help on losing weight, I personally don't feel like what I eat in a day videos really help that as much. So I'm happy to do them. But this video, I thought I could probably get a bit more information if I sat down and spoke to you guys, so that's what I'm doing today. So I've got my notes as always, because I don't want to miss anything. But like I said earlier, if you want to drop any questions or anything in the comment section, I will either answer it if it's a quick answer, or what I will do is I can do another video and like do a mop-up session of any questions that people have. So the first big question is, how have I done it? How have you lost this weight? How much weight have you lost? How have you done it? So I have lost just shy of 3 stone now, but it has taken me 12 months pretty much to lose that 3 stone. I've lost it slow and steady. I think the biggest thing is a lot of people have noticed more so now. I feel like the last stone has really like made people start asking questions. It's just a lot more noticeable. I don't know whether that's just because of how I lose weight, which we'll get into in a minute, but I am a person that tends to lose it like a little bit everywhere, which is really good, I find. So you don't really notice to start with, and then the last bit has been really like, wow, people have really noticed. Yeah, I will go into that in a minute, but how have I done it? So simple answer is calorie deficit. Calories in versus calories out. So no matter what you do in life, whether it is Weight Watchers, Slimming World, keto, whether it is whether you go and get a gastric band, no matter what you do in life to lose weight, it all comes down to calories in versus calories out. That is it. The science doesn't lie. I've been here, I've told you before, that is just the be all and end all. It's science. And how I've done it is by basically just being really, really careful on my calories, and just being a lot more aware of what I'm eating and what I'm putting in my body. So the way that I did it was I worked out my BMR. I can't help in telling you what yours is personally. If you do need any help, my husband is a PT. I will leave his details below. He's always happy to help anybody, just a complete not a plug for him now. But if you want any help like working out your BMR, or if you want any guidance, he does free consultations. I'm sure he would be happy to help. But what you do is you need to find your BMR. It's different for everybody. It goes on your weight, your age, your height, and also your level of activity. So what your BMR is, your basal metabolic rate, is how many calories you need to put into your body just to survive. So if you just stayed in bed all day every day, you would need that amount of calories to be alive, to breathe, to function, and that's what your BMR is. So taking into consideration, I have tried to eat my BMR, and that means that every piece of exercise I do, technically, as long as I'm eating the right amount of calories, as long as I'm eating that amount of calories, any exercise that I do will put me in a deficit. You need to be in a calorie deficit of 3,500 calories to lose 1 pound of fat. And so the way that I will try and explain that to you is then if you are eating your BMR calories, and then say you do 10,000 steps, which is equivalent of burning 500 calories, and you did 10,000 steps every day for a week, that equates to 3,500 calories. So therefore, if you are eating your BMR and doing 10,000 steps a day, you should technically lose a pound a week. That's how it works. It's very, very difficult to explain sometimes because it is very scientific, but once you get the gist of it, it is science, and science doesn't lie. Like, genuinely, that is the easiest way to explain the food. So let me, while I'm on my diet, let me talk about what I eat. So on a general day, I tend to not eat breakfast. A, because I'd rather save my calories for later on in the day when I am hungry. B, I'm not really a breakfast person. I'm never really normally a person that is hungry when I wake up. And also, people will say, oh, are you doing it because you're fasting? Now, I have done fasting before, but because I'm not having breakfast, I'm not fasting. I am actually still having like a coffee or a tea, and that would break a fast because I have milk and I have sugar in my tea or my coffee. So it's not technically fast because you're only on a fast if you have things with 0 calories in, basically 0 nutritional value. And so I'm not fasted technically, but I don't tend to eat breakfast. And what I will say that I do is I will go as long as I can throughout the day until I eat, because some days I will find that it gets like 10 o'clock and I'm hungry. Some days it will get through to like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm still not hungry. So I am in a place now at the moment where I am kind of intuitively eating on that side of things. Like, I'm not eating until I'm hungry, and then I am. So then when I have lunch, dependent on what time of the day it is, if it's a little bit later, I will have, say, a soup. So I'm going to insert a clip here now of a lunch that I have, just to show you a little bit about that. So it's actually lunchtime now. A little bit random put in the middle of this video, but I just wanted to highlight something. And this is what I mean about like knowing what's in stuff and just making better choices. Not necessarily better choices, but making the choice that works for you at the time. And let me show you an example of that. Here is a really, really good example of counting calories and how it just makes you so much more aware. So today I've got the option, I can either have 2 bourbons and a cup of tea, and this will work out, they're what, 68 calories each, 120, 136 calories. That's roughly 100 calories. So 236 calories for a cup of tea. It's got 2 sugars in a milk and 2 bourbons. Or I could have a tin of soup. This is 82 calories per half a tin, so this whole can is 164 calories. I could have this and a round of bread for the same amount that is in here, but this is obviously going to be way more filling, way more nutritional. I'm going to do so. It's all about making choices, and you don't always have to make the right choices. You just have to make the choice that works for you at that time, because this isn't something that I will have for lunch every day, But if this is something I fancy and that I want, then I will have it. I will have this probably most of the days, and then these on the days where I fancy a treat. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm putting those back in the biscuit tin because I'm getting them out for effect to show you the difference. But yeah, all about balance, all about knowing what's in the food and making the choices and decisions that work for you in that moment in time, and just knowing that if you want a treat, you can have one. You just have to make allowances for it. It becomes a lifestyle change. So this is my lunch for today. This is the carrot and coriander soup from Aldi, and it tastes incredible, especially with a bit of chili flakes on top. But if for any reason I do have breakfast, this is what I have. So also, if I do have breakfast, this is another interesting one. So you might be thinking, okay, well, what if I do like breakfast? What could I eat? So if I have breakfast, I either have peanut butter and banana on toast, fruit and Greek yogurt is another one of my favourite ones, or granola and Greek yogurt. The granola from Aldi, in fact, I've just decanted some out. So this is the granola that I have, and I have this with, if I can get it out, with this yogurt. So this is the yogurt I like. This is 0% fat. This is the vanilla flavour. I love this because I use it on granola for breakfast. I also have it with strawberries and raspberries and meringue sometimes for like dessert, or with bananas. So yeah, I love that. And then, like I say, this is the granola I have with it, which is the protein granola from Aldi. Or, I mean, you could just have a round of toast if that's what you fancy. Egg on toast, beans on toast. Yeah, those are the kind of things if I do have a breakfast. If I have a breakfast, I tend to skip lunch. Just like I say, just so I can have a bigger tea or dinner, as people like to call it here. Okay, so when it comes to dinner, dinner is like my favourite meal of the day. I always like to have a proper dinner, and this is where it really, really helps having those extra calories, because I can technically eat whatever the hell I want, to be honest. But I will tend to do a really nice cooked dinner, high in protein. I'm not monitoring my protein yet. I'll come to that in a minute. But I'm just kind of eyeballing how much of everything I have. And I tend to have a higher protein dinner. So I will put some ideas of what I have for dinner in now. So one of my quickest, simplest meals that I cook for tea is chicken, like a Nando style chicken with sweet potato and some veg. So this is something that I will do really, really quick if I'm hungry, if it's late and I want a nice wholesome dinner. I find it really, what's the word, like really nice comfort food as well. So ignore the air fryer noise. I'll pause it just to show you what I have. So hold on, let me just pause this a sec. So let me turn you around. So all I do is in my air fryer, I've got frozen chicken. This has just got some garlic, salt, fry light and mixed herbs, and that's just in there for half an hour. And then meanwhile, I've just chopped up some sweet potatoes. I don't even peel them. I literally just chop them up, put them into a saucepan, and I cook these only for like 12 to 15 minutes. The frozen chicken goes in for half an hour. Once this is cooked, I will show you when I do it, but I then just add into it this, which is from Aldi. It's garlic peri peri sauce. It's only 40 calories a serving. I just kind of eyeball it now, but I put this in the mash to make some kind of like peri peri mash. Then you all right there down there, mate? And then obviously the chicken, and then I will probably do with this, what veg have I got to go with it? Might do asparagus, so I've got some asparagus, or sometimes I will do like mange tout or mange tout as I like to call them. Or another really, really good alternative for veg is if you go to Iceland, let's sell it. They do. I'm hoping I've still got the bag in here. Yeah, okay, they do this. So if you're after if you haven't got any fresh veg in, I highly recommend this one. This is carrots, sugar snap peas and baby corn. I think it's £2 or £3 for this bag. Quite a decent sized bag, and that is what I have with this meal if I haven't got any fresh veg in. It just makes it really simple and really easy. So this meal, like I say, with all the meals I'm going to show you, I will put the nutrition information somewhere on the screen for you, but I'll show you this when it's cooked. But this is pretty much what I'm eating for tea tonight. Dinner. It might not look like the most appetizing to a lot of people, but honestly this is so nice. So I've just got asparagus, sweet potato, and I've put some of this in the mash. When I mashed it up with the skins and everything, a little bit of salt, and then that is the chicken. I just cut it up and I put a little bit more of the garlic sauce over it. But that is my dinner, around 500 calories. Like I say, I will leave all the macros below, but yeah, this really fills me up. I really love this, and Matt has the same, just a bigger version. Okay, so finally, desserts, snacks, things like that. I'm going to now insert a little bit of an idea about what I have for desserts, because I do feel this is where I have really found it's helped me on my weight loss journey. Okay, so it's later on the night and I'm just making a dessert now. Sorry about the shadow of me. But all I'm going to put in this, so this is basically like a low calorie eating mess basically. So what I use is the 0% vanilla yogurt, 0% fat vanilla yogurt, sorry, a fruit of whatever you want. I'm using raspberries tonight, but sometimes I use strawberries, and then also the meringue nests. So they're only 51 calories per nest, so it's up to you how much you want to put in. I normally do like 1.5. And yeah, I will again leave the nutrition information for this below. I feel like buying things that I enjoy and that I love has really helped with this weight loss journey, because I just feel like I haven't throughout this whole journey, I haven't cut anything out. Nothing is a forbidden food. Anything I want goes in, basically. That is just how it works. I make sure I'm counting everything that's going in. And a lot of people will say, oh well, that's really obsessive, like counting every single calorie that goes in stuff. But let me tell you, it's not. It's just learning, it's just knowledge. So I don't sit there and say, okay, well this has so and so many calories in, and I add it into like MyFitnessPal. Not saying that I haven't done that. I have done that in the past to learn. But then now I will know that my morning coffee or my tea has about 120 calories in. I know what's in an egg, I know what's in a banana, I know what's in a round of bread. I know everything that I buy in the house, I roughly know how many calories. I know there's like 68 calories in a bourbon, there's like 72 in a digestive that we eat. There's, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not obsessed about it, but I know what is in something. So I just know how much I can have, and then when I haven't got any left, I don't eat anymore, and it's just, that's it. Like, it's just the way it works, and that is how I've done it food wise. It's very hard to get started, and like I say, I have spoken about that in the previous video, but I feel like now it is a lifestyle, and I feel that is the biggest thing when it comes to weight loss. You need to find something that works with your lifestyle. You don't want to be restricting, you don't want to be binging, you don't want to be changing your lifestyle to fit this. If you go out and eat takeaways, that is absolutely fine, just count it in. Another thing that has really helped me when it comes to like the calorie side of things is, like, in a week it's very easy for me to eat less, because I will, like I say, not eat breakfast, and then if I go out and I'm like doing errands and stuff, it might get to almost school run time and I haven't eaten, and then physically sometimes I can't eat 1200 to 1500 calories on an evening. So therefore I'm like on 1000 calories, which seems really low, but it's not, because then on a weekend when I have a chippy or a Chinese or an Indian or whatever, I will have those extra calories then. So I'm never deprived of food, I'm just eating a balanced diet of anything that I want, just in moderation, and just monitoring everything that I eat. So that's just how I'm doing. It's just basically learning about what I'm putting in my body and what I'm expending, and that's it. This is why I can't really give advice. Well, first of all, I'm not a nutritionist or a professional or whatever, but for example, my BMR at the start was around 1500. I think it was about 1,500 and something. Now my BMR is 1,260. So your BMR changes dependent on what weight you are. And then also this is where now having a personal trainer like Matt, who is very knowledgeable and understands how the body works and the macronutritional values of stuff, this is where he's been really a vital part of my weight loss now, because it's easy to lose the weight, but then it's all about your body makeup and how to change that. So now I'm going into what would be called like a bulk phase, where I am not losing any more weight technically anymore on the scale. It might actually go up a little bit, which I'm a little bit nervous of, because, you know, I grew up in the scale era where, you know, I have a very unhealthy relationship with scales. But now I'm trying to tone more and build muscle. So this is where Matt will now give me a diet plan. He will write down the amount of protein I need to eat, and then he will also write me down more of a focused resistance training plan. It's been very cardio heavy at the moment, so I've still been doing weights, but I've been doing a lot more cardio to burn more calories and to lose that weight. Whereas now I'm on a muscle building weight. Now I'm doing way more resistance and more weight training and eating more protein to build more muscle. And the reason behind that is, the more muscle you have in your body, the more calories you burn. Don't ask me how it works, but that is the case, and that is where Matt comes in. I actually don't have much idea on that, but what I will say is, if you want Matt to do a video and answer any questions, please leave it below, because I will totally be able to rope him in to do a video and answer any specific questions. Maybe we could do like something, if you have any specific weight loss goals or any weight specific questions, write it below and I could get Matt to do like a specific Q&A. I think that'd be really good. So yeah, let me know. Okay, what are we up to? What else do I need to touch on? Okay, a couple of the questions that I've had, like, that I can think of that I really want to answer. I think somebody had asked me, like, how can I get a toned tummy? I think somebody had noticed that my tummy is really toned up. Now, please, like, do you know what? I'm just going to show you now. Yes, I have lost a lot of weight, right? But I still have my mum tum. Well, I say mum tum, I still have this skin. Like, I do have loose skin from losing weight, as you can see. It's just, obviously, when you see my videos, you will see like a lot of like this area, which I have lost a lot of weight on, like my waist area, but I do still have like the skin. But what I will say is, I have had questions where people have said, like, how have you toned your belly and things like that. One thing that I really want to say is, you cannot target areas of weight loss. It is physically impossible. I don't care what people are trying to sell on Instagram or on TikTok or wherever. It is physically impossible to spot reduce fat, because it just doesn't work like that. So if you have like fat on your belly you want to lose, if you have fat on your arms you want to lose, fat on your face, you can only lose weight, you can only lose fat generally across the body. So you just have to lose fat in general. And this is why I say, when I was mentioning earlier, I am somebody, luckily, that loses weight a little bit from everywhere. Like, I hold weight everywhere and I lose weight everywhere. I don't specifically hold it in like my midriff or my arms. It tends to distribute evenly, and that's why I've kind of lost it that way as well. But one thing I will say is, you need to focus on weight loss, on like fat loss, but also what can help is building muscles in those areas. So for example, if you have bigger arms that you're not really happy with, you can work on building muscle on your arms. So whilst you might not see to start with whilst you may not see results straight away, if you can build muscles in that area, when you do lose weight, that area will look more toned and defined, because you have worked on building muscle in that area or toning the muscle in that area. but you won't be able to lose fat in that area by working on your arms every day. I really hope that makes sense, because there's so many things that drive me crazy. Like I say, I'm no professional, but when I see things like, you know, get a six-pack in this long, you know, lose bingo wings in this long, like, it is physically impossible to do that. You just have to lose weight on a whole, and you can also target toning and building muscle in certain areas, which will give the illusion of a more toned physique. And so I suppose it's going to give the illusion that you've lost weight in that area, but you haven't. You've just lost it everywhere and then toned in one area. Does that make sense? I hope it does. These are all things that, like, just knowledge that I've learned over the years, and things that drive me wild on like social media. Finally, I'll just talk quickly on exercise. So exercise has been a big one for me as well, because obviously I love my food, and whilst I have been trying to work and eat towards my BMR, obviously the more exercise I do, the more it's going to help. So the faster you will lose it, or you may be able to eat a little bit more. I mean, I don't do this, but it does give you that a little bit of allowances. So I'm still aiming to eat that many calories a day. I'm still working towards a specific calorie target. So when it comes to exercise, weight training is, I find weight training, like a resistance training program, which I've been doing, I find is the most enjoyable. And then the cardio that I've been doing, which is my step classes, are the cardio I've been doing. And I talk about the, every time I talk about the step classes, I get guilt, because I know that I'm supposed to have done them, and I don't know whether I mentioned this on the last video, but the reason I hadn't been doing them was because of the copyright issue, because I wanted to do them on YouTube, and there's a massive thing about like putting music on to YouTube that is copyrighted. And so even if I don't monetize my videos, even if I put them up there and say, you know, I don't own the rights, they can take my channel down for it. So I've been in the background trying to figure out how to do it, and so I'm writing those as we speak, and something really exciting. I've got something really exciting in the pipeline for those as well, which I'm so excited to share, but I don't want to share yet because we're still finalizing things on how it's going to work in the background. But yeah, I cannot wait to share that with you. I really want to help you guys, because the biggest change, I would say, has been mentally for me. Like, I genuinely now have so much more confidence in how I look. I'm still a little bit apprehensive because I don't want to come across I don't ever want to come across big-headed, because I genuinely still have insecurities. I still have my saggy mum tum skin, and I'm still not where I want to be. I've still got to build a bum, because I feel like I look like I've been backed into a sander at the moment. Like, my butt is a bit... so I know that I still have areas of improvement, but I am so proud of how far I have come. I know that people say, you know, you should love the body you're in, or you should be body positive and all this. But I was really unhappy being bigger. I wasn't made for that body, and it really used to get me down. And I am happier now I've lost the weight, and not just because of how I look, but I feel so much fitter. Like, genuinely, yeah, okay, I'm happy that I can wear clothes and feel comfortable and happy in the clothes that I'm buying right now. I'm getting a bit tearful now. I can feel it. The one thing that has really changed for me is I'm so proud of how fit I am now. Like, genuinely, when we go out with the boys now and I run around with them and I'm running with the dog and like things like that, or even stupid things when I have to run up the stairs to get something, and I bound up the stairs now like so light on my feet. I'm so proud of how fit I've become. And you know, nobody knows what's around the corner. Nobody knows what the future holds for you, for anybody health-wise. But at least I'm giving myself the best chance by being healthy and being fit and knowing what's going in my body. And, you know, that doesn't mean I'm some weird nutritionalist now who counts every seed that I eat. I'm still just somebody who may just want a Cadbury's cream egg for breakfast, and that is okay. That is all right too. Like, I'm just a person now that feels healthy inside, and it's really showing on the outside now. And I just want to say that if you've got the drive and you want to do it, you can do it. I am the person who is lazy, who hated exercise. And don't get me wrong, I still find it hard to get to the gym. I'm not there thinking, oh, I can't wait to go to the gym today. I mean, I do for my step class. That is a lie. I do love going to step class. But when I go in, like today was leg day, and I didn't want to go. I had to arrange to meet my sister-in-law there, who's also been on this kind of health journey with me as well. She's lost 5 stone. She's like really done well. And I had to say to her, you're going to have to put in an appointment with me at this time, because otherwise I'm not going to go. And that is something else that really helps. Just make yourself accountable, get a gym buddy, get somebody who can do this with you and support you with it, because me having Matt has been really, really helpful, and also having my sister as well, Nick. She's really, really helped me by getting me to the gym when I really not wanted to go. Like, she'll say, right, I'm coming round, I'm babysitting the kids because you're going to like burn class tonight, for example. And it's things like that that have really pushed me when I've not felt like I've wanted to go. So having a really good support system is really key as well. Right, I know I've rambled on so much. I told you this video was going to be really long, but I hope I've answered a lot of the questions that you had. And also, like I say, please drop any questions below. Also, maybe if it's for Matt, just write for Matt and then answer the, and then put the question, and then I'll rope Matt into doing like a bit of a Q&A with me this week if you've got any burning questions for him. Obviously he can answer them more professionally because he is qualified and I'm not. But yeah, I really hope this helped anyway. I hope to give you some ideas on what you can eat and how to manage your lifestyle a little bit, use some idea on how you want to start. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I would love for you to subscribe and stick around, and normal content will resume in the next video. So until next time guys, take care. Bye.